I just woke up. My Lord told me to share this. It was 6:52 in the morning. So it's so strange what I just saw. So I was with an old coworker buddy of mine named James. And first I was visiting like a friend of mine and her family. And then next thing you know, there's like a scene change. Well, at first I was like, how do you know them? I guess he had done like some work there. We used to do like pest control and stuff together. So anyway, there's a scene change and me and James are now like, we're flying around this cliff, but like, it's so weird. First he's like pushing me in like the shopping cart. Next thing you know, I'm in like this helicopter. And I'm flying around this like cliff. And I'm so close that it's like touching. Like first I see it at a very short distance. I'm not far from it. Then next thing you know, I'm like he really wanted me to see. So I started seeing some like caves, and they're in there. And I knew exactly what they meant. It was the Nephilim. And so next thing you know, I'm like this to these cages. I'm sorry guys if I'm not talking very loud. My babies are sleeping and my voice is kind of low in the morning. So anyway, I'm like this up to these cages. And I'm seeing cages and cages full of creatures. And I knew they were all a part of like Nephilim and stuff like that. They were all different sizes. They weren't all just like super duper massive. They were all different sizes. And there was tons. They filled up the whole edge of this cliff. And it's like they were being held there. And like they were going to be released at a certain time. And we were just like flying around. And I was so close. I was scared. I was like, oh my gosh, are one of these things going to like reach out and touch me? Don't touch me. I'm like, I'm sorry. It's not funny, Lord. I'm sorry. But I was like, kind of like, whoa. Why am I like this close? But they really like, they want me to see. The Lord clearly wanted me to see in the dream, right? I'm looking. They have all like, they look all kinds of different. And so we're flying around, and they were just disgusting. They were creepy, they were disgusting, and I just knew. I'm like, oh my gosh, people have no idea how many there are, and that they're all gonna be released. And like, there was so many, guys. There was so many covering this whole edge of this cliff that just went on. And the only thing above the cliff was like the top of the cliff, obviously, and the bottom ocean. And I just knew it was like somewhat in the middle of nowhere, but not in the middle of nowhere to the extent of where like there was no people. It's not like it was on an island or anything. Like I just knew that when they were going to be released, they were going to crawl up and just be like running, like, and just start getting into towns, getting into places, and just eating people up, doing whatever they do. But it was really crazy. So the next thing you know, I'm like back in the shopping cart again, walking around, and now I'm seeing like these cages as if they're in like some sort of like lab or something. And again, I'm like super close, and I can't remember if I was like trying to video them or looking through my camera as a video, something like that. Which, wow, come to think of it, it's very interesting. That sounds like if I remember like I've heard, and like, I know with other dreams, like oftentimes you're looking through a window or a video or something like that. Oftentimes it can represent seeing as a vision, like pay attention because this is going to happen type thing. So anyway, I go around and there's like, I see this room like over, and I see this woman in there, and she's got like this like scalpel, like molding tool, and she's sitting there creating children, like, and there weren't many. There was like, I want to say like 3 in there, and she was working on like a 4th one or something like that. And she just stops and she's like, oh, this is gonna take like forever or something along the lines of that. And she goes back and she's just like carving out this child, and they look real. And I'm like, that's evil. That's kind of like all I really was thinking about in the dream. And I don't really remember anything else. I was being awakened out of my sleep, and the Lord said, go share this with my people. I was like, oh, I'm so tired. And he was like, look at the time and go share this with my people. So it was like 6:52, I think it was. Yeah, 6:52 o'clock. So take everything to the Lord, of course. Pray about it. Don't just take, what someone says and just run with it. Just be like, hey, Lord, like, what Heshkina shared, is that from you? And can I get some confirmation or something? Just, what it is, having a relationship with the Lord by now. And for those of you who don't, know that you can do that. You can go to Jesus. Doesn't matter how close or how far away you are. You can just be like, hey, Jesus, like, are you real? Are you really the Son of God? And do you really, give dreams like this about future events? And can you confirm it to me? So I just want to share that. God bless you guys. And if you have anything you want to share in the comments, I'd love to hear it. Bye.